Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Today the recitation is the fifth pauri from Gujari Ki War, Mahalla Tija, the third Nanak. And this consists of two saloks followed by the pauri. The first salok. Salok Mahalla Tija, Satgur Siau Chit Laio, नाम ना वसयो मन आय, त्रिग इवेहा जीवया, क्या जग में पाया आय। माया खोटी रास है, एक चसे में पाज लह जाय। हथों छुड़की तन स्या होए, बदन जाए कुमलाय। जिन सतगुर स्यों चित लाया, तिनी सुख वसया मन आय। हर नाम त्याव है रंग स्यों, हर नाम रहे लिवलाय। नानक सतगुर सो तन सौंपया, जे जी में रहा समाय। रंगत से कहो अगला, वन्नी चढ़े चढ़ाए. The gist of this passage: without self-realization, without awareness of your nature as the self, without that understanding or realization, a person's life remains unaccomplished. The Guru, in fact, poses a question: Kya jag mein paya aaye? What have you accomplished? Trig iveha jivya, he says, accursed is such a living where you have not dignified yourself through self-realization. But the mind cannot achieve this state of self-realization, nam na vasyo mane aaye, unless it engages with the Satgur. Satgur Siau Chit Laio. Now the Satgur, as we have often mentioned, is the enlightened source within us. It has no dimension because it is not physical. It is essential. It is of the essence. So we have to engage with it, but we can't engage with it because we don't know how to. And for that, you need what Gurbani calls the Satgur, the enlightener, that will show you the way. Now, the problem is that this world to which we are attached, very attached to material things, the material world, is actually, it deals in counterfeit. Maya khoti ras hai. It's a counterfeit commodity. It is like a flimsy veneer, a coating on top of what is real. And it is so flimsy that it can be peeled off in an instant. Ek chase mein paaj leh jaye. Paaj means coating. So it's very flimsy. In other words, it's transitory, it's passing, and it's flimsy. It has no real depth. And then what happens is when life slips out of one's hand, hathon chudke, the body is done. It crumbles and turns black. In other words, it dies. Tan sya hoye, badan jaye komalai. Komalai means it folds in. And the game is over before you know it. On the other hand, the Guru says, they who do engage with the Satguru, Jin Satgur Siau Chit Laya, Chit meaning the mind that is engaged, and engagement means contemplating deeply with devotion. Har naam te avo rang syo, rang is love, devotion. So you contemplate with devotion and love. Then the mind becomes gradually centered in, it moves to that center. Har naam rahe levelai. That is the source. So the Guru concludes this salok by saying that the Satgur, what does it do to you? It imparts the wealth of self-awareness. Nanak Satgur so tan saumpe. That becomes the mind's resting place. Jai mein reha samai. And the mind which finds this treasure gets imbued with devotion. Rangatase ko agla, which keeps intensifying. So devotion, love are elements of this search. So you have to begin by cultivating an affinity to the Satgur. You have to understand who the Satgur is. What is this dimensionless, enlightened source within me? That has to be our first and initial reflection, and that is where we turn to the Gurbani, as it is embodied textually in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. That's the first step. You have to begin to understand what it's pointing to. Reflection. The second salok, Maya hoi nagini jagat rahi laptaye, iski seva jo kare tis hi ko fir khaye, gurmukh koi garad tin mil dal lai paye, Nanak sei ubbare je sach rahe levelai. So Maya is here being described like a serpent that is coiled around the creatures of the world. And those who serve it are eventually consumed by it. That's the point. But Gurmukhs who follow the Satgur can crush the serpent and they remain saved. So it's likened to a Maya because it presents itself, Maya, the world of phenomena. It is both the temptation, the seduction of material pleasures, the sensory world, and it is a threat as well. It is the threat of death. So the snake is seductive and a threat at the same time. That's Maya. The symbolism is Maya. And Maya entraps the individual like a snake coils itself around the creature that it wants to kill. So the serpent is also a symbol of illusion. It also indicates that when we let the serpent coil around us, we are prioritizing power, fame, ego over spiritual growth. And in the Pauri, Tadi kare pukar Prabhu sunaisi, andar tirak hoye pura paisi, jo tur likhya lekh se karm kamaisi, jहाँ होवे खसम दयाल ता महल कर पायसी, सो प्रभ मेरा अति वड्डा Gurmukh mein laisi. Jo tur likhya lekh. Tur means the one that is the origin, the original one. The original one has so ordained. Tur likhya. It is the way things are ordered. So the original one has so ordained. What has it ordained? That those who sing praise and call out to the self, Tadi kare pukar Prabhu sunaisi, with a view. So what that means, singing praise is glorification. What that means is those who practice virtue, that is singing praise, call out to the self, meaning they are trying to reach the self through its virtues. And if they do so with faith and patience, andar tirak hoye, they are bound to be graced, se karma kamaisi, by the master, Pura Paisi. Now, who's the perfect master, Pura? It actually is Nam, wisdom. Wisdom is the master as well. So when the master is graceful, Jehovah Chasam Dayal, when wisdom, because wisdom is grace, it will grace you and cause you to find its abode within your center, Tam Mahal Karapayasi, within you. And the Guru concludes by saying, So Prabh Mera Attavadda. My Prabh self is great beyond my reach. That is the hint here. I can't reach it with my own volition, through my own volition, but with the Guru's guidance, I can get connected. Gurmukh Milaisi. So it is to the Guru, to the Gur, that we have to turn our attention to. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.